What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Hoops Perspective. I'd like to give a special shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video today. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets, alright? They use a 0 out of 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or a bad deal. Green means good, red means bad. Alright, don't waste any more time today. Get your first tickets using my promo code Hoops Perspective to take $20 off your first purchase. That's promo code Hoops Perspective. Now let's get into the video. After Duke's preseason play, RJ Barrett and Zion Williamson had the basketball world buzzing with excitement. Now, I'm not going to put too much stock in how dominant Duke was during preseason, being as though the competition was pretty mediocre, and it still remains to be seen how well this team can gel once Cam Reddish and Trey Jones are able to play. But either way, Duke has the potential to have a really great season, especially with potential #1 pick RJ Barrett. I compiled his preseason and some high school film in this breakdown to give you an idea on what to expect from RJ this season. Okay, so let's start with his ability to drive in the half-court set. RJ is a relentless and aggressive attacker. He's not overly quick, not overly athletic, but he's very physical and loves to embrace contact. He favors his left hand a little much, but he's more than capable of attacking going right and finishing at the rim. But as far as efficiency goes, he's definitely more effective going left. In the open court, RJ can push the ball from end to end and finish with the same consistency as he does in the half-court set. For someone his size, he has a really solid handle on the ball when he's pushing it on a break. Never really tries to do too much. RJ just gets to point A to point B really well, and his explosion at the rim in some of these clips even surprised me a bit, just because his play style was more smooth than super explosive. He also has a great knack for drawing fouls when he puts his head down and really wants to get to the rim. He isn't the biggest guy in the world, but he's very strong and tough to keep out the lane, despite his limited ball handling ability. Moving on to his shooting, RJ can be pretty streaky, but he shoots well enough to at least put a hand up. I wasn't a big fan on how trigger happy he was during preseason, but during the regular season, I know his shot attempts won't nearly be as high. His form and follow through is pretty solid, and I can honestly see him developing into a respectable catch and shoot player on the perimeter. His off the dribble shot and mid-range game is still developing, but his mechanics are solid enough for him to eventually become consistent, as long as he's constantly getting reps up in the gym. Defensively, his natural physical tools could take him a long way as a defender. He slides his feet well, he has a very respectable 6'9" wingspan, and he has good timing when blocking shots. He can take plays off occasionally on defense, but for the most part, RJ takes pride on the defensive end. While he is a very good driver, RJ can get in the habit of forcing the issue. It's not uncommon for him to go 1-on-5 when attacking. He has a "I'm getting to the rim by any means" mentality, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes a problem when you're throwing up bad shots, getting the ball stripped from you, or just missing the open man on the perimeter. He has a lot of offensive talent on his team, so he just needs to learn how to be a little bit unselfish. Another thing I'm looking for RJ to improve is his shot selection and consistency from the perimeter. Stated earlier, RJ can get trigger happy from the 3 despite his below average ability to knock down the tray ball. I feel like his shooting percentage can improve if he gets a little bit more lift on his shot. He shoots flat-footed a good amount of the time, but that could be an easy fix, so it's not that big of a concern right now. I would be pretty happy if RJ shot 35% from 3 this year, so hopefully he'll be around that number once the season ends. Well, here's my verdict. RJ Barrett is a pro, plain and simple. He's a prospect I don't see being a bust simply because he can essentially do it all. I'm not sure if he's a superstar caliber player. I tend to lean more of RJ becoming a really good NBA starter in the future, but only time will tell. But bottom line, this kid knows how to get it done on both ends of the floor, and it's going to be really fun watching him play this year.